Hello students, welcome back. I am Rinkesha and today we will continue with chapter number 5, that is complex number and quadratic equation. Okay, today we will study about the modulus of conjugate, modulus of complex number, conjugate of complex number, representing the complex number, an argand plane, its argument, its polar representation. Okay, so let's start with first the modulus. Modulus of complex number. Okay, now see if z is equal to a plus ib, then modulus of z that gives the magnitude of this complex number that will be equal to under root of a square plus b square. Okay, so remember this, if the complex number is 3 plus 4i, then the modulus of that complex number will be equal to under root of 3 square plus 4 square, that will be equal to under root of 9 plus 16 root 25, and that is equal to 5. This is about the modulus of complex number. Just note it down. Okay. Now let's see about the conjugate. Conjugate of complex number. If z is equal to a plus bi, then conjugate of z is represented by z bar, and that will be equal to a minus bi. Okay, so this is the conjugate. If z is equal to 3 plus 4i, then z bar is equal to 3 minus 4i. Okay, conjugate of conjugate, that will be equal to z. Okay, now see if z is equal to minus 3 plus 4i, then this will be equal, conjugate will be equal to minus 3 minus 4i. Remember, you are only going to change the sign before the imaginary part. Here, now one more thing, z into z bar, that will be equal to modulus of z square. How? See, z into z bar, that will be equal to a plus bi. Now what is conjugate of z? That is a minus bi. So a plus bi, a minus bi. So a square minus b square, I square, b square, I square. Now what is the value of I square? Minus 1. So this will be equal to a square plus b square. Okay. Now what is modulus of? You know that modulus of z is equal to under root of a square plus b square. So what will be a square plus b square? That will be equal to modulus of z square. So most of the time I will be using this shortcut, that complex number into its conjugate, that will be equal to the square of its modulus. Here, so this was about its conjugate. Just note it down. Argand plane. Okay, now see, I am taking xy plane. Now we will represent this complex number in xy plane, and that we will call it as argand plane. X-axis, that will include the real value, and y-axis imaginary value. Means if z is equal to a plus bi, then a will be on x-axis, that is the real part, and b on y-axis, that is the imaginary part. Okay, let's take example z equal to 3 plus 4i. So x component 3, 1, 2, 3. Y component 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this point represent this complex number z. So remember before y coordinate, or we will use I with the y coordinate, right? So I can also represent this in this form 3, 4. Okay, now if let's take one more example, minus 2 plus 3i. Then minus 2 will be on this side, 3 is on this side. This is the vector, sorry, complex number minus 2 and 3. Clear? By this way, we can represent the complex number in Argand plane. Now, about the argument. Argument is the angle that the complex number is making with respect to positive direction of x-axis. Okay, so if argument is theta, right, then sine theta, let's say that z is equal to x plus iy. Okay, then what will be the modulus? Under root of x square plus y square, and this I will write down it as r. Okay, I am representing the modulus of this complex number as r. So sine theta will be equal to y by r, cos theta will be equal to x by r, and tan theta will be equal to y upon x. Means by this way you can find out the value of theta. Either use sine theta, cos theta, or tan theta. Clear? Now you need to understand when the value of theta, or what in which quadrant the value of theta will be. Okay, so first just note down this, then we'll move forward. Now let's see in which quadrant the argument will be. Now see, I am taking this z is equal to x plus I y. Okay, now see x y quadrant, okay, and theta. Now see, when x is positive, y is positive, then it will be in first quadrant. So angle theta will be equal to alpha. Right? I am writing here that sine theta equal to y by r, that is equal to, I am writing sine alpha. Now this alpha belongs to the first quadrant. When x is positive, y is negative. Sorry, x is negative, y is positive. That means it is in second quadrant. So at that time it will be pi minus alpha. Okay, pi, this will be 0 degree, this will be 90 degree, pi, sorry, let me write down. This is 180 degree or pi. This angle I will say it as 3 pi by 4 or 270. The complete angle I will write it as 360 degree or 2 pi. Okay, so now when x is negative, y is negative, third quadrant. So third quadrant means 180 plus. So it's pi plus alpha. Okay, when x is negative, sorry, positive, and y is negative, fourth quadrant, then it will be 2 pi minus alpha. Here you can also write it down directly minus alpha if you are going from here negative direction. Clear? So this is the way you are going to find out the value of theta. Okay. There is another way. If sine theta is positive greater than 0, cos theta greater than 0, first quadrant. If sine is greater than 0 but cos is less than 0 negative, that means second quadrant. If both are less than 0, that means third quadrant. If both are greater than 0, sorry, cos is greater than 0 and sine is less than 0, then it will be in fourth quadrant. Okay. Clear? So just note down about this table. Now let's see about the polar representation. Polar representation of complex number. Now see what we have to do. We have to find out, the first step is find the modulus. The second step, find angle. Then the representation this way are cos theta plus sine theta or I sine theta. This is called the polar representation of complex number. Clear? So here we require r and theta. So that is the reason we need to find out first the argument and the modulus. Just for example, z is equal to a plus, or let's say x plus iy, then r will be equal to under root of x square plus y square, and theta will be equal to tan inverse y by x. How? Because tan theta was equal to y by x. So theta equal to, or let me write down, use this formula, theta, tan theta equal to y by x. Using that, find out theta. Then put this value. Clear? Let's take one example. We are taking the example z is equal to 1 plus I root 3. So here x is equal to 1, y is equal to root 3. So what is the modulus? Under root of x square plus y square means 1 square plus root 3 square. So this will be equal to root 4, and that is equal to 2. Okay. Now theta, tan theta is equal to 1 by, sorry, y by x. So that is equal to root 3 by y. Sorry, root 3 by 1. Now see both are positive. That means first quadrant. Right? So when does the value of tan theta is root 3? That is 60 degree, and that will be equal to pi by 3. So in first quadrant, theta will be equal to pi by 3. Clear? So the complex representing in polar form will be equal to r, that is 2 cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. Here this is its representation in polar form. Okay. Now let's take the same example, but now if z is equal to 1 minus I root 3, then again x equal to 1, y equal to minus root 3. So r will be equal to under root of 1 square plus minus root 3 square, that will be equal to 3. So that is root 4, and that will be equal to 2. But now see tan theta, again it will be minus root 3 by 1. But now here y coordinate is negative. Right? So if I take this, y is negative and x is positive. So it's in fourth quadrant. Right? It is in fourth quadrant. So for fourth quadrant, what was our answer? The value of tan is root 3 as pi by 3, but now theta, as it is in fourth quadrant, 2 pi minus pi by 3. Okay? So that will be equal to 5 pi by 3. You can also use minus pi by 3. How? This angle, sorry, this angle is 5 pi by 3. But if I go anti-clockwise, then this will be equal to minus pi by 3. So I can represent this in this way. 2 cos 5 pi by 3 plus I sine 5 pi by 3. Or else 2 cos minus pi by 3 plus I sine minus pi by 3. Here, if x was also negative, then I would use pi plus pi by 3 third quadrant. If x was negative, means minus 1, and y was positive, that is plus root 3, then I would take pi minus pi by 3. Okay, so this was about the polar representation of complex number. Clear? Just note it down. Now let's see when the argument is 90 degree, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi by 2, what shortcut we can use in that case. Okay, z is equal to x plus iy. Now I am taking various cases. If I take z is equal to 3x, z is equal to minus 3x, z is equal to minus 4i, or z is equal to, let's say here, plus 4i and minus 4i. Now in this example, okay, in first I will see if I am representing it in Argand plane, then z is equal to not 3x, directly 3, I will write down 3. Now see, 3 can be represented as 3 plus 0i. X is 3, y is 0. So how I can represent 1, 2, 3? 3, 0. So this is our vector. What is the angle in this case? Theta is equal to 0 degree. So remember, for z is equal to x plus iy, when y is equal to 0 and x is greater than 0, theta equal to 0 degree. Here, this is first case. Second case, x is minus 3 and y is 0. So minus 3 will be on 1, 2, 3, minus this side. This will be the vector, this will be the complex number. Now what is the angle with respect to positive x-axis? 180, that is pi. Means when y is equal to 0 and x is negative, theta is equal to pi. Here 0 degree or 0 radian. Third one, plus 4i. Plus 4i means 0 plus 4i. So x 0, y 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be our complex number. This point 0, 4. Now what is the angle? Pi by 2. So when y is greater than 0 and x is equal to 0, theta is equal to pi by 2. Okay, and fourth one, minus 4i. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in my negative direction. So now what is this angle? 3 pi by 2. That means when y is less than 0 and x is equal to 0, at that time theta is equal to 3 pi by 2. So remember, when x is equal to 0, there are two options. Either the angle will be pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. If y is positive, pi by 2, negative, 3 pi by 2. And when y is equal to 0, that means only real part is there. Okay, at that time two options, either 0 or pi. When x is positive, it will be 0, and x is negative, it will be pi. Okay, so just note down this. Now let's see one example based on the topics or based on polar representation. Convert the complex number minus 16 upon 1 plus I root 3 into polar form. Okay, so now here z is equal to minus 16 upon 1 plus I root 3. What I will do, I will multiply, divide by its conjugate, or else I can use inverse method. Inverse. So what was our shortcut for inverse? 1 upon 1 square plus root 3 square. Change the sign, minus root 3 upon 1 square plus root 3 square I. This will be equal to minus 16 into 1 upon 3 root 3 square, 3 plus 1 4, minus root 3 by 4 I. So taking 4 common, 1 minus root 3 I. So 1 is a 4 is a, this will be equal to minus 4 into 1, minus 4 root 3 I. So what is our x? Minus 4. Y minus 4 root 3. Clear? So R will be modulus is equal to under root of minus 4 square, that is 16, plus minus 4 root 3 square. So 16 into 3 48. This will be equal to under root of 64, and that is equal to 8. Okay. Now for argument, tan theta is equal to y by x. What is y? Minus 4 root 3 x 4 minus 4. This is root 3, right? So our angle will be pi by 3. But x and y both are negative. That means which quadrant? Third quadrant. And for third quadrant, theta will be pi plus alpha. So pi plus pi by 3. Okay, sorry, we are making a mistake. Here minus minus, it will be plus. Y is plus root 3. So now see, here it will be minus 4 upon 4 root 3. So it will get, sorry, my mistake again. It's 4 root 3 upon minus 4. So it will be minus root 3. So angle is pi by 3. But now it's not in third, it's in second quadrant. Reason, y is positive, x is negative. So second quadrant. So for second quadrant, I will write it down theta equal to pi minus. And when does the value of tan is root 3? Pi by 3, that is 16. So pi by 3. This will be equal to 2 pi by 3. So representing it in polar form, z is equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. So this will be equal to z equal to 8 cos 2 pi by 3 plus I sin 2 pi by 3. This is the representation of this complex number in polar form. Here, just note it down. Okay, students, so that's it for today. In our next video, we'll start with exercise 5.2. Thank you.